Wales now for a place in the quarter-finals of this year's Dappervet Masters. Please welcome a player returning to the Masters for the first time in 8 years. Quarter-finalist at Wembley in 2010, this will be his first walk down the stairs here at Ali Pali. Earlier this season, in his 20th year as a pro, he achieved a lifelong dream, taking his maiden ranking title at the Riga Masters. He's the pride of Wales, he's dynamite, he's Ryan Day.
That's right. All the best.
And his opponent, a man whose achievements have inspired a generation of players and fans back home. Twice a Masters finalist, he won the All-Asian Clash at Wembley in 2011, and earlier this season he secured a 13th ranking title, taking the World Open. He is without doubt China's finest, so enter the dragon, Ding Junhui!
We walking in and smiling, maybe this is a relaxed Ding. He has to win here at the Alexandra Palace, and he's got a really tough match against Ryan Day. We'll enjoy this in the company of John Virgo and Ken Duffy.
He decided to break. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason. And
Steve, first frame.
Ding Junhui really looks full of the joys of spring as he came out there, Ken.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to this match, John. As the two boys said, both Steve and John Parrott. It could be quite a close one. The early exchanges, and particularly from Ding's point of view, you know, he hasn't had the best of records here at the Ali Pali. Of course, a winner here in 2011, but his form of late hasn't been fantastic. He's been suffering a little bit from conjunctivitis, I heard, as well. And that was during just before the UK Championship. So hopefully he's okay, and we're going to see really what he's all about, and of course what this young man is all about as well, Ryan there. Delighted to see him win his first ranking tournament, John, after being beaten in 4 previous finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, such a talent as Ryan, and comes from a hotbed of snooker, of course, Wales. And there's a fly. I don't know if it's the same one as yesterday. As per usual at this level, it would be a case of who can play the good safe to create the first chance, and when you get that chance, can you score heavy? That's the secret of success at this level. Played that with a lot of left-hand side to try and check the cue ball, but caught the red he played much too thick, and that's why he careered into the other reds. So first chance to Ding Junhui.
One.
Good opening, red. We talked about scoring heavy, and there's not too many better in the game than this young man. He's made it 1-4-7 6 times. The fly is causing a little problem.
Let me do it, yeah.
Hey, right on top of the cue ball. Very hard to play when that's there, isn't it? Steve Davis must have opened his wallet.
Don't know whether it was the fly on the cue
6.
ball, but he's underhit that. Maybe broke his concentration. You can still pot this red that's just to the left of the black, but should have been a lot further down the table. In fact, it's that awkward now. He's not going to even play it.
Danger noise 6.
So a bit of a let-off there for Ryan.
Yeah, Ding was just trying to get on that red, just above the black to the left, into the bottom right-hand corner pocket. Let off, indeed. There is a gap between the red and the black. He found the gap, but a long way away from the pot. He's got away with it. You're a little bit surprised of Ding Junhui's record here since, you know, 2011 when he did beat Marco Fu in the final. He's only won one match here, John.
I know, it's amazing, really. He's such a talent, as you say. But, you know, from match 1 here, you're playing the top players, so you've got to be right on your game from the start. If you're just slightly below form, then you'll be out of it. In fact, the last 2 meetings of these 2 players, Ryan Day has won them both. But they've had some good battles in big tournaments, i.e. the World Championship, the UK Championship, so it's not been best of 7 affairs. They've had some real tough matches. Ryan Day, I mean, the word's overused, but you'd have to say he is an underachiever. He's got so much ability.
Yeah, maybe that win in Riga at the beginning of the season, just give him that extra little bit of belief. You know, you're always, till you get that first ranking tournament win under your belt, you're always that little bit nervous against the top players, but maybe that little bit of belief that tournament would give him confidence against the top players, and particularly on occasions like this.
Yeah, and lose safety now. What Ding's got to do here, he'll play the pot. He knows his career and into the second red, but just make certain of the pot and just trust the luck to be on the black. And it goes. Maybe should have played with a little bit more pace.
1.
So he is on the black, but it's a tough one. Bit more pace required there.
Danger no 1.
I think that was a slight miscue. That's why he's looking at his tip. Didn't really connect with that cue ball the way he wanted, and that's why he's missed it by quite some margin.
Yeah, one of the few players, Ding Junhui, that when he's near the cushion, most players just strike down slightly to get a better contact on the cue ball, but he just keeps it very parallel. But rolled that one in nicely, did Ryan. So this is a opportunity to get his hand on the table and get a few points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's just coming around to have a look at the 2 reds. It looks like the one that's nearest the bottom right-hand corner pocket will pot. He's also having a look to see will the second one pass, and it looks like it pots, but it's quite tight. He's hit this too hard. Wanted to be a bit straighter on this red.
8. Thanks.
got a double kiss on the red, but
9.
he's still okay.
Yeah, that was the danger, the double kiss, but as you say, Ken, he's still on the black. The only thing is he's got a little bit of work to do with the cue ball here. And that's what the problem was. He had to play with a lot of right-hand side to hold for the red in the opposite corner. And you put side on, and you've got to allow for the throw, and he didn't judge it well. Need a lot of right-hand side there to check the cue ball up.
Eight. Nine.
He's got a perfect little angle just to stun into the red, just above the black and to the left. That's the one, and he's on the other red, of course, perfectly. He's one of the, as I said,
16.
one of the finest break builders in the game, and he's got a beautiful touch in around pink and black. And hopefully we'll see a bit of evidence of this
17.
today as he gets a kick on that cue ball. Just stop the pace. See the red jump. Good recovery.
24.
But he's got a lovely touch, hasn't he, John? And that's why he's such a good break builder.
Yeah, and he's got some lovely moves in and around the black spot area. As you say, it was a good recovery. He was unlucky there because he got the kick. But he's having to play a different red to the one he'd like. So going back up the table for blue or bought colour.
25.
But he's landed absolutely plumb on the blue.
Bottom red of the pack goes, and when he pots this, he'll push another couple of reds into play. This will certainly open things up here.
31.
When he puts this red, I'm
38.
sure the two reds just below the pink and to the left will pot either into
39.
the middle pocket or at least into one into the bottom right hand corner pocket. So not too much more work to do with the cue ball.
He'd rather not have played for this red, but he's got a nice angle on it, as you can see. Made light work of it. Good shot. Now it's black. And one more red, and the first frame's in the bag.
$54. 55.
Yeah, the applause as the crowd recognised that was virtually frame ball. His opponent now needs a snooker, but I don't think he'll be coming back to the table when Ding is finished with these. His cue ball has been absolutely pinpoint.
62. $63. $68.
And playing for this red in the right middle tells me that possibly, well, I was going to
69.
say possibly the red just below the pink wasn't available, but it is now.
$76.
We spoke yesterday about how fast this table was playing, John.
77.
Thing is certainly got the pace of it straight away. He's made 462 centuries in his career. As I said,
84.
6 times a 147, and he's only made 9 centuries this season. 36
86.
last season he's made, and that will probably be evidence of how sort of his standards has dropped this season. But this is a nice way
89.
to start off his campaign here, the Dafabet Masters.
$93.
Yeah, and he finished last season so well, of course, losing in the final of the World Championship to Mark Selby. He put up a great
98.
performance. So maybe this is a kick-start to the season if he has a good run in this tournament. Wonderful break.
104.
Never looked in doubt. Mark Selby had first chance. All right, it was a tricky black, but he had to play. So, good start. And Ryan Day just sat down and had to watch. And it was good watching. Ding Junhui leads 1-0.
Good. And in terms of generosity, you mentioned that as well. We saw the fly. Ken Doherty's little remark. Any right to reply as we hand back?
I think I bought Ken the last beer when we were in Dublin last week. I think he owes me one.
For the record?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
That would have been a first. Played that in such a way that it was the only red he be leaving. He knew leaving the cue ball where it was pretty safe. Red does pot into the yellow pocket, but I don't think Ryan Day will be taking this on. He'll be disappointed, Ryan Day, from that chance in the first frame, John.
Yeah, as I say, it was one of those blacks where you have to play it with the right-hand side, and the harder you play it, the more the cue ball will push. And he just played it too slow, and he didn't allow for the push of the side. It's one of those things, but of course, then when we saw, this is the shot, and the side just took it in. If it was a little bit harder, it may be pushed away. But the difference is, and we saw then when Ding Junhui got his chance, because he had good position all the time on the balls, on the black and then on the red to get back on the black, you don't have to use side. You can play it all plain ball, and it's so much easier. So positional play, cue ball control is still the most important factor in this game when you get in with a chance. Well, you would think Ding Junhui would be tempted by this red that's just below the blue. Well, he's not. He's not going for it. Well, that surprises me. Well, he's now had second thoughts and he's taking it on. Missed it by a way. But it was the right shot. It was a shot to play. When you play those shots, thinking the only red you can leave is the one you're playing, and he didn't leave it. That's a bit careless there from Ryan. No way that red should have ran into the brown.
I'm sure he can try and drop this red in. It's a very acute angle, but well, decided against it. I'm a bit surprised there. It could have only left that red. This looks a good line. Yeah. Well, we did say he was suffering from conjunctivitis. There's certainly nothing wrong with his eyesight there. That was a really good shot there. Be definitely taking this one on to the bottom left-hand corner pocket, holding for the blue. There's a bit of movement on the last red he took to the left of the blue. He missed it by quite some way. Maybe we'll get a good look at him here. Most important is to stay so still on these type of shots. Much better, much better.
One.
Excellent shot.
He's got a choice of brown or blue. The blue wouldn't be too difficult to send the cue ball in and out of the baulk end. But he feels it's just a case of dropping this brown in to be in nice position on the next red. And it looks as though he's judged it correctly.
5.
Only just. But just is enough.
Six.
Decided against spotting the black and going into
13.
the pack and still being on this red, but back up for the blue here.
14.
Needs a good angle to try and split these reds. Would have liked a little bit more angle. Yeah, just a little bit straighter on that blue and just couldn't generate enough pace. Tried to force it, and that's why the cue ball threw wide of the pack.
Danger no 19.
Nice little nudge off the green has made it a better safety shot than it looked as though it was going to be. So he's got to be careful here as Ryan. Those two reds on the right-hand side of the table as we look at the problem balls, if you like. So well, I was going to say he may elect just to come off the left-hand side cushion, but there's a red available to the other corner, so he's got to avoid those two reds on the right-hand side of the table here at all costs. But he's got to hit the red on the way up. Has he been lucky at first glance? Maybe he has.
He's been very lucky. He's got away with that. Could have left the red closest to the left-hand corner pocket. But he's covered that, so just a safety from Ding. Try and leave the cue ball maybe in the jaws of the green pocket. Well, he's decided against that, just gone for the ball cushion, but somewhere in the jaws of that pocket may have been. Oh, he may have left this red on.
He's going for the thin cut here. Oh, overcut it. Where's the cue ball going?
Fouled. Danger no 4.
That's the first today, John.
He's a little unlucky because you know as well as I do, Ken, that you look at that type of shot and you think, well, it's as thin as I can, I'll pot it. To overcut it, couldn't envisage that.
One.
And now Ryan has got to sit in his seat and wonder if he's going to get back to the table. Because Ding's that type of player that once he gets in, you fear the worst.
Danger no 5.
Well, there's a surprise. Wasn't too much difficulty in that one. Okay, Ding may not have left anything, but I'll give Ryan a little bit of hope that Ding Junhui isn't a machine, and when he gets in, isn't going to win every frame in one visit. Now, he needs a good safety here. Get that cue ball tight to the baulk cushion. Just like that. Good shot. Got to be looking to get that cue ball tight to the baulk cushion. It's not in the middle of the baulk cushion, so you've got the green as a cover. Looks straightforward, just got to get the pace right. Should have hit it a little bit thicker than that for me, but and if this cue ball had been tight, they wouldn't be able to swing it round off 3 cushions, as he can do now. But nevertheless, maybe a chance here. Can't get through to the one to the right corner, but the one to the left corner's on. And And the one thing that he's blessed with, Ryan Day, he's got plenty of cue power.
I could try and pot this without, it looks, from his body expression, maybe it is a bit too straight, but maybe able to use the jaw of the pocket here. Well, it looks like he's screwing back, so it's dead straight. Well, it's a long way away. It could cost him dearly. Might have been better just trying to pot the red, leave the cue ball somewhere where the red was, and possibly take it a little bit more of a difficult ping to the right centre. But so if he had the choice, he definitely might have played that shot a bit differently. Such a difficult shot to play, John, from that distance, of course, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. I don't see the necessity to, is it that hard? Try and make certain of the pot.
8.
But it was an air of desperation. Well, we're only in frame 2, so no need for that. And also he was bridging long. When I say bridging long, you'd have felt if he could have done, he'd have tried to put his hand on the table.
13.
Anyway, Ding Junhui gets another good chance.
14.
And he's only looking for another 26 points now from this visit to clinch this second frame. And at the moment, Ryan Day, his pot success is 43%. He's had
20.
3 out of 7. The fact that he's only had 7 pots to go at is remarkable. And long pot success, none out of 3. So not the best start, not the start he was looking for, but you got to remember, it's
27.
best of 11. Oh!
28.
Well, just the pace, I think, took that right in, because any harder, and he thought he missed it, and that's why he jumped up. How did that go in?
I don't know. He got 3 oohs from me.
34. $35.
Frame ball.
42. 43. $50. 51.
May take the red off the side cushion. The left hand side, just try and knock it over the left middle. Delicate little shot.
58.
Come across it a little bit, but Ryan, I'm
Ding
sure,
Junhui, 58
says
in the
that's
second.
enough. He stays in his chair. So Ding Junhui wins the second frame and now goes into a 2-frame-to-0 lead against Ryan Day.
So there he is. He'll be feeling very good about himself. Works a lot now on the mental side with Terry Griffiths. So he will keep him in a good place. Perfect start.
Thank you, Saints, please. The third frame. Danger no to break.
That's the beautiful Waterford Crystal trophy that they're playing for this week. The Paul Hunter trophy, as it aptly named. Beautiful.
Foul and a miss. Danger no 6.
Of course, he won it 3 times, the great man like Paul Hunter. 10-9 in every final that he won, John. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Come on, about close.
Yeah.
7-2 down to, I think, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Fergal O'Brien.
Yep. And beat Mark Williams 1 year as well, you know, so it wasn't as if he was
Didn't check that
just
line.
picking up the pieces.
Would
And,
like to have it accurate, in fact.
Yeah,
I'll
just
check
sad he
that,
was
please.
taken away so prematurely. So that's where it was, and that's where it is now. Well,
Okay.
looks perfect. Bit careless to hit the pink, in all honesty. These 6 points could make all the difference at the end of this frame. Could make the difference between just needing the blue or the blue and the pink.
Or the blue, pink and black.
Or the blue, pink and black.
Right, so just got to be careful. He's coming around the right-hand side of the table just to make sure that he's not knocking a red when playing this shot. He's not knocking a red towards the left-hand corner pocket. Wow. He's got to
Foul.
hit the reds
And a miss.
first, I suppose.
Danger no 4.
Yeah, missus has been called, but Ding Junhui's probably thinking, well, I'd rather play it from here. There's a chance of getting in behind the green off this safety. It's not the green, the brown. Played it pretty well. You wouldn't have expected Ryan to miss it again, but he's left a pot on here. Got to start knocking these in. And he has done. Now if he slows up, he should be on the green. Needs to slow up.
1.
It's always the way, isn't it? You're desperate for a chance, and he just ran that 2 or 3 inches too far.
Ryan Day 1.
Well, that was a wonderful escape. Lovely touch. He's left Ryan Day here with a little bit of trouble. He may, just wondering whether he can hit the red, use the knuckle of the middle pocket to try and get that cue ball back down towards the bulk area. That's a possible shot. I'm not quite sure he can. He's going to try and, well, is he going to try and use the knuckle? No. just pushing it to safety.
Well, this red will cut, but he's going to play it with a lot of left-hand side. This is what he did, just to check it up, as he had a result. Well, a little bit of one. This red would definitely have tempted Ding Junhui, but hampered by the brown, he won't be wanting to play it now. Weak safety, so Ryan may consider taking this red on. Just coming round to have a look what's available. Not where the black goes. Pink obviously is available, and the blue, but needs to knock this in. Big shot this. He's got it, and the way he's played it,
One.
tells me that the black must go, but he's not on it good. Yes, it does go, but it's a thin one, and he's into what we call a blind pocket. That's because you can see the cue ball, the object ball, but you haven't got the pocket in line. So we've got to pick out the angle and commit. Much too thin. Much too thin.
One.
I think it has to be said at the moment, Ken, that Ding Junhui not having to work too hard for these chances.
No, he's just picking up the pieces. Yeah. A miss black in the first frame from Ryan. Miss pot in the second and cost him the frame. Don't blame him for taking that black on, of course. You know, if he pots it, he's got a good opportunity to try and win the frame himself, but it wasn't straightforward. It was just, as you said, Johnny, looking into it was a blind pocket, and always hard to see the angle.
Nine.
Just let that slip slightly.
Yeah, I've just put a little circle there, John. The black is potable into the bottom left-hand corner pocket, but if you can get on that red to the left of the black, after potting this red and the next black, that would certainly open this frame up completely. And that's what he's going to try and target here. Try and get on the black nice angle on the black, just
16.
a little bit off straight. And when he pots this black, try and get on that red just to the left of the black. That will in turn open the two reds just above it. And that will give him the frame winning chance now.
23.
Oh, he's missed it. Wow.
Danger no 23.
It has to be said, missed it by a long way. And it always begs the question, when somebody misses, when they're in amongst the balls, what has he left? The way Ryan is looking, not a lot. Well, it's very fortunate there, Ding Junhui, but this looks like a good shot. This looks like a good shot. Has he got the snooker? Just about. Of course, that's another thing that can happen at this game. We were just saying it seems that every time Ryan misses, he leaves Ding a chance to get in and make a break. Ding Junhui missed that when he was in the balls and left nothing.
That's the way it goes, isn't it, sometimes?
Yep, run of the ball.
But he can't complain of the chances that he's had, Ryan Day. He just hasn't made enough of them. This is a good line. This is very, very good indeed. Ooh. He's definitely blocked the path down the right-hand side of the table. That's an option. You can just try and drop on the two reds that are close to the left-hand corner pocket. He's taking a bit more of an expansive route here. Doesn't want to leave a free ball.
And a miss. Danger no.
Doesn't want to leave a free ball here.
Yeah.
Just short. Well, I'm not quite sure why he doesn't just come off the left-hand side cushion. Just nestle into those two reds on the top cushion. Seems pretty straightforward shot. Big target as well.
Yeah, I can't give you a reason why not. Well, the shot he's playing, I mean, you've got to be absolutely perfect. He catches the reds too thick, he's going to leave a, well, possibly leave the frame on.
Yeah, thing.
As you say, that line just come off, just past the middle pocket, nestle onto these two reds near the cushion. Strange choice.
Well, I can't tell you. Not yet. After the next shot.
Well, he's now talking about the fact that he can hit this red that's just to the left of the pink. Well, to me, he could always hit that red. Might have need a little bit of side.
He just hasn't even looked at that shot. Maybe he feels that the cushions are sliding, John, that he can't hit those two reds. But from this angle where we're sat, I mean, that's just a straightforward shot, just past the middle pocket.
Yeah. As I say, if he catches this too thick, it could cost him the frame.
Foul and a miss.
And it could be a free ball this time.
Danger no 6.
Oh, just a kiss on the green there would have been a free ball, maybe. He's got to put it back again.
On the spot. Yeah, just place it on the spot. Yeah.
Maybe he just feels that shot, the two reds, just nestling into maybe just the cushion. That's the shot. Maybe he just feels that the cushions are sliding, that he's going to miss those two reds. But
You sure it was? It doesn't look like. Because I'm fair. I don't think. No, it wasn't.
Well, this is where it was. And
Ollie?
this is where it is now. Well, that looks perfect to me.
Yeah. Too much, isn't it? Do you have a look? I'm not warning you. No, no. Yeah, thanks.
Well, try number 3. I got it this time. I'm sure I heard the referee say to him, you know, am I boring you?
No.
I've never heard that one before, have you?
No, I think he said, I'm not warning you.
Oh, I'm not warning you. I thought he said, I'm not boring you. Mm. I've had a few referees over the years annoying me.
I wouldn't say it took much, John, in all fairness.
Well, once the misrule came in, it was certainly moved the goalposts. There's a black ball going.
Foul.
In
We're
the
on day
pocket.
7.
Now, is this a free ball? Probably not. You'll have a look. You can't be snookered by another red. So, just the fact you might not be able to hit a red full ball, if it's covered by another red, then it wouldn't be a free ball. And he's not called it, the referee, so assume it isn't. But Ryan, of course, has the option to make his opponent play from where the balls lay. Desperately needs the next chance here, Ryan Day. Got to try and get a foothold in this match. No, that's not good enough. And he has left a pot on here. Going to play this red to the left or right corner. And if he gets near the baulk line, he's bound to be on the yellow. He's playing it to the left corner as we look. Just got to get past the green. Doesn't want to nudge the green.
1.
He's okay, he's on the yellow.
And he looks to have a nice angle from the yellow to get up to these few reds around the black spot. Needs to slow up. Looks,
3.
well, I say slow up. It looked like it was going to run out, but slowed up too much. Just wondering, can he play a little cannon on the red to the left of the black when putting this red into the left-hand corner pocket. Oh, he could, and he played it very well. That was a lovely shot. Nicely played. 4. Average shot time for Ding Junhui, only 19 seconds. Pretty quick.
12.
Nice angle now on the black. He can go into the reds, the 4 reds together. It's a big target. Doesn't have to because he has a 46-point lead. Well, he's played it very well. Excellent shot. Could be a
19.
frame winner. Such a lovely touch.
20. $27. 28. $35. 36. $43.
No, that was it in the near jaw, so that wouldn't
43.
go in. But
And
this is
the third
enough
frame.
for Ryan Day, and Ryan at the moment, well, he's desperately looking for a frame, and there's no sign of it just yet. Ding Junhui leads by 3 frames to 0.
Day to break.
Must-win frame this for Ryan Day for me. And I agree with John Parrott. He's not put Ding Junhui under any pressure whatsoever. And in that last frame, that poor safety shot, kissing the blue full in the face when he had a good target to put Ding in trouble. And it's not as if Ding's been potting them off the lampshades. He's made a few mistakes. Pot success, 90%, but 50% for Ryan. When you consider his game is built around his potting. But once again, poor safety. You catch a baulk colour full in the face, you can leave the cue ball on the baulk line, and that's never going to be a good safety. Safety success, I mean, 83% is very good for Ding Junhui. I always think he should be up near the 90% on the safety. This looks like a better length.
Well, it's a must-win frame for Ryan Day if he has any aspirations of trying to turn this match around. 4-0 down at the interval against Ding Junhui would be very difficult mountain to climb. Now, what has he left this time? Nothing. And it's a bit frustrating, bit of frustrating for Ryan Day because, as you said, he's missed a few, Ding. He hasn't left a real nice, easy opportunity for Ryan Day to get his arm going and get a bit of confidence. It's a bit better.
Yeah, that's a decent safety. The ding will have to be very wary of the red now that's on the right-hand side of the table. He's got to avoid that if he's going to try and get the cue ball back to balk down the right-hand side of the table as we look. Just a containing safety. A bit thin on that one. So the cue ball's going to come back down to this end, but once again, nothing easy left. Poor safety, and he knows it. If it misses the green, this will be a very good safety. Has done. Good shot. Can he get the first chance though in this frame? That's what he's looking for. Well, much too thick, just over the hour mark. And Ryan Day, absolutely nothing to show for that hour's concentration. Well, there you see, look at the total points. 290, plays 18. Ball's potted won't much better. 73, plays 5. But if he can win this frame, Ryan, and go into the mid-session interval just 2 behind, having not really played, then he'll go into the interval with a little bit of hope. And this looks a good line. And if it bounces, could finish behind the green. Good shot.
Yeah, that's what he'd be hoping for. Try and nestle into the pack. Doesn't want to leave the red to the left. That's on its own, and he's played that pretty well. Looks touching, but he hasn't called a touching ball, and that's unlucky for Ryan Day again, because it makes this shot more difficult. A right smile from him, and you'd expect it to be touching, but it makes it so much easier for him if it was. But
just wondering here, Ken, is there a possibility of a plant? If that red closest to the black goes to the right corner, he could possibly make this into a plant. And it does. And if he judges it, doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. He's bound to be on the black. I know it's a line between defence and attack, but I don't know. I think I'd be tempted by the plant here. And if he's screwed back, I don't see what else he could leave.
It's amazing. If the roles were reversed here and Ryan Day was 3-0 ahead instead of being 3-0 behind, he may go for this, but without having a second look.
Well, there's enough distance between the two balls that it could be made. What you do, you point, you just point where you'd like to. Well, he's not going to play it. I think I'd have been tempted. Well, not the best. He needed to get this cue ball back to this top cushion, hasn't done that. And this red is on to the right middle and possibly play a little cannon and nudge the black on. Not far away, but not there. The red on the right-hand side of the table, the one in direct line with the cue ball, he's looking to see if he can play that to the far right corner, screw off the side cushion, back to the top cushion, beyond the black, should he get the pot. Or is he playing he's played the cut to the middle, and got it. Now what's he on? What is he on? Does the green go to the left middle?
One.
It does. So he's got the first chance. Needs to take it.
That was a better confident stroke.
4. Five.
A lot of smiling and head shaking. Just not landed obviously perfect on this green, but it shouldn't be a problem. Sometimes this game can test your patience and everything else, but you just got to play the balls as they come. That nearly went badly wrong. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but if you can cue past the pink for the yellow or the green, brown wouldn't be an option. It's not too bad. Amazingly enough, that's his highest break of the match so far.
$13.
He's okay. He's run far enough for the black. Now, in an ideal world, that red that's closest to the left middle, you'd like to leave it there in case of emergency. Play for other reds, and then if you get in trouble,
20.
you've always got that red as an insurance.
You could play up for the blue here. Try and get a nice angle on the blue after potting this red. That's what he's having a look at. And if he gets a nice angle on the blue, he can go into the pack now full well, as you said, John. He's got the red over the middle as insurance, so he's taking a few shots ahead here.
21.
Only needs to bring out 2 or 3 more reds from this bunch. Doesn't have to hit it with tremendous amount of pace. That'll do. Could have been a bit better, but he's still nicely on this red.
26.
Wanted to go into the pack, in the middle of the pack, as opposed to the side there. He's only knocked 1 red out. He needs to play another cannon on that bunch of reds after.
27.
This blue here. Didn't get the ideal angle on the blue, so he's going to have to do it from the black. It's a good shot.
32.
It's just one good cannon when potting this red. Try and from the black. Just one good shot
33.
here to try and open up a few reds, and he might give him the chance he needs to win this frame.
Could not have played that any better. That was an excellent cannon.
40.
Played to perfection.
$41.
Yeah, didn't get through the second red as much as he would like, but still got a chance. Still looking for another 24 points at this visit. And here's 7 of them, or should be. Decided to go into them. It's okay, it's worked out absolutely inch perfect.
48.
Yeah, could not have played that any better.
49.
This is a lot better for Ryan Day. He'll enjoy his cup of tea at the
56.
interval. If he does win the frame from this visit, you can't see him messing up from here. He's only a couple more pots away from winning this frame, and it'll give him that little bit of hope.
57.
Being a little bit at sea for the first few frames. Just this red now.
62.
Put him 63 ahead with just 59 remaining. Ooh, he's missed it. Oh!
63.
I'd say his own heart skipped the beat. Have a look at this. How did this drop?
70.
It looked wide, didn't it? They seem to be going in off the wide jaw.
71.
And I agree with you, Ken. I think you're going to the interval now thinking he's still in this match. He's done nothing in the first 3 frames. played some good safety
78.
and got the first opportunity, and he's made the most of it.
79.
And Ding Junhui, although he was leading by 3 frames to 0, apart from the first frame when he made that marvellous break of 111, has not made a few mistakes since then. But that's enough. Ding Junhui concedes. He'd go to the interval with a 2-frame advantage, but Ryan Day still with hope. Ding Junhui leads 3 frames to 1.
Well, Ding was smiling as he walked out into the arena, certainly in the mood today, rattling in a break of 111 in the opening frame. Frame 2, a break of 58. Despite that little wobble, Ryan Day
28.
unable to get a look in. And this pretty much sums up Ryan's day so far, making mistakes, Ding taking full advantage. In a frame 4 and a slice of luck, another little wobble.
63.
And Ryan Day finally wins a frame. It is Ding Junhui who leads the Welshman by 3 frames to 1. Okay, here come the players. The fans are back in their seats. Let's hand you back to John and Ken.
Thank you. Take your seats, please. Want to carry on?
Yes, and now we're going to play to a finish. No more intervals.
Thank you.
A few
Frame 5.
latecomers just coming back into the
Ding
arena.
Junhui to break.
And Ding Junhui gets the 5th frame underway. Just coming up to 1 hour 14 minutes. Apart from the 3rd frame, which took over 22 minutes, it's been pretty quick. Average shot time 19 for Ding, that's about normal. 26 seconds for Ryan, that's a bit on the slow side, but he's not had much to go at until the last frame before the interval. If he's going to go back to the balk end, he needs to find the balk cushion here with this cue ball. And that's not too bad. And now, of course, he gives Ding Junhui the problem that it puts a little bit of pressure on this safety with that red being in the middle of the table next to the blue. Well, there's a pot on here. And he doesn't have to do much with the cue ball to get him a nice position on the blue. Got to fully commit to this. And fully commit he did. He played it well. Good shot.
Great shot. Yeah, the red above the black. This is choice here.
6.
It's come straight on this red into the corner pocket, so you may like to take this one first. Oh. Oh, Ryan, what did you do?
Ryan Day. 6.
Well, just trying to pinch a bit, it looked. But you cannot afford to miss when you're in.
1.
And after the good opening red, what an opportunity you let go begging there.
It wasn't his initial choice from the blue. He was trying to get on that red. just above the black, and may have been better taking that one instead. And still shouldn't have missed it dead straight. But that's gone wrong from Ding.
Eight. Danger no 8.
So let off for Ryan Day. Didn't expect to be coming back to the table so soon.
Yeah, I think it is noticeable since the first frame and maybe halfway through the second frame. Ding Junhui has sort of dropped his standards somewhat. He's not been flawless by any means, and his pot success was up in the 90s. It's now below 90, which is not great at this level. And long pot success, very low. This red's somehow gone over the corner. Well, it's not going to be easy, because it's gone the other side cushion. And he's not even looking at it. He'll be trying to find the target behind the yellow here. He's not got behind the yellow. Has the brown covered it? No. So a chance here for Ryan. Doesn't want to overhit this. He's got enough cue power just to stun this in and screw back a couple of inches. And played it well. And now two on the black. So another chance.
Yeah, nicely controlled. Doesn't have to go into the pack of reds here. He's played that nicely. No.
8.
Just like in the last frame, he got an opportunity. Made a nice 79 break. Love to win the frame from this position here.
Yeah, sure. 9.
May have detected a slight heavy contact on the cue ball, and because of that it's a bit straighter on this black now than he would have liked. Let's see if the red jumps very slightly.
Just about stopped in time. Now, I think this red's on to the right corner. Well, he's playing another one. Be up for the blue, you would have thought. I thought maybe the one that was in direct line with the cue ball to this right corner, but maybe that doesn't go. Just
17.
about got there, but with the red just to the right of the ping, he only has to roll the blue in for position.
$22.
They'll have to go back up for the blue once again. I'm not certain he's got the potting angle on this red to play for the black.
Now,
there's a couple of loose reds. He's got a nice angle on the blue. Should he want to play a little cannon?
I think he's got to be aggressive here, John, and try and go into the pack of reds. Take his chance, and this one looked out. Turned out pretty good.
Better.
Yeah.
28. 29.
And as soon as he played that, he looked at where he finished on the black, and there was a wry smile. No way he should have been straight on this black. That's careless. Hmm.
36.
A little bit of bother now. Anything but straight on the black, and it was a formality to get on the next red.
And that's the difference between the two players when they're break building. You know, his cue ball, so much more of it on a string. Never any more than 18 inches away from his next pot. Whereas Ryan is struggling with the pace here. He hasn't been in a position.
Well, be careful here. Yeah, couldn't do
37.
much with the cue ball. Couldn't play the run through because he'd been in danger of the push shot. A little bit of pressure on this blue now. Just tucking in the waistcoat because that red near this right corner could come into play. Good shot. Good shot.
Well, that could be the frame winner. Couldn't have played that
42.
any better.
$43.
Quick check of the scores. 41 points ahead. Putting this red on the left-hand side of the three reds. Will open up the other
50.
two reds into the opposite corner pocket.
$51.
Well, I suggest, Ken, this match has completely turned around on its head. When he
15.
was 3-0 down, Ryan, and he was struggling, his safety play wasn't good. But as the guys in the studio said, it doesn't take much. Just get
59.
in with one frame in one visit, get your confidence going. And Ding Junhui got a good chance in this frame. Ran out of position. And he won't be getting another one.
No. And while Ryan is gaining a bit of confidence, Ding will be
66.
now looking over his shoulder. Put a few doubts in his mind.
67. $74. 75. 82. 83.
We had a century in the first frame from Ding Junhui, 111. Possibility for Ryan Day now to respond with a century of his own.
90. 91.
'Needs a bounce.
98.
The yellow for the century. Well played. Well played.
$103. 107.
We have a match on now, John. We certainly do. This looks good. May nudge the pink into play. Have a look at this shot. Oh, lovely. 4 cushions. He was 3-0 down. He's now reduced the deficit to just 1 frame. And what a magnificent 125 break from the Welshman. It's now Ding Junhui 3, Ryan Day 2.
Playing the shot with backspin, he's got to keep enough backspin on and play with so much power to actually pull the cue ball back. He's got such a great cue action, Ryan Day. Keeps his body very still on the shot as well, but generates a load and load of power. He pulled that cue ball back about 5 or 6 inches, enough to make it not just a cuttable black, but a frame-winning opportunity.
He's certainly got his spring back in his step, isn't he? Especially zipping around that table.
It's taken adversity for him to turn up, the real Ryan Day to turn up. I mean, he had to go 3-0 behind before. As I said to you, I'm a massive fan of the way he hits the ball and the way he strikes it. I was expecting him to play like this from the start of the match, but he was a little bit apathetic at the start of the match. Didn't really make Ding work very hard, but since he's gone from 3-0 behind, 3-1 to 3-2, he's been outstanding.
And Steve, people watching at home will wonder, when you're 3-0 down, when you're really under it as well, when you knock in a break like that of 125, what does that do?
Well, you get your tail up, but it's getting that first frame, as we say so often on the board, and then all of a sudden you can start to play a bit. But, yeah, there is less pressure, if you call it that, or tension when you start to go behind in one respect, because you've got less to lose. You know, you can only sort of, try and get yourself out of the hole. Very rarely does a player completely collapse and be embarrassed out there and lose 6-0. So at some stage, these class players are going to fight, and this is what Ryan Day's doing.
And if you're Ding, John?
Well, the funny thing is he's lost a little bit of momentum. I mean, OK, he's had to sit and watch Ryan make that break there, so it's difficult to say, but he has gone a little bit slightly off the boil. Despite the fact that he's 3-2 ahead at the moment, the momentum is all with his opponent, because he's the one scoring.
Here he is, Ryan Day on his way back out then. And it's 3-2, 3-0 down was Ryan Day after breaks of 111, 58 and 43 from Ding Junhui. What does Ryan Day have in store in the 6th frame?
Ryan Day breaks off frame 6. Can he complete the recovery, win this frame and get us all square? His pot success now is better than Ding Junhui. And if you remember, early on in the match he was down at 50%. So it's been a bit of a turnaround here. And this red onto the middle here. There was half a chance, but the way he's missed it, he's left the red on. surprised he played it so hard. I thought it was one of those you could have played and not come across the table. And that's why he's left the red into the middle.
1.
Now let's see what Ding Junhui can make of this chance. I agree with John Parry. He's just been a little bit off the boil last few frames.
Yeah, no need to go into the pack of reds there. There's a loose red here, and of course loose red at the bottom of the pack as well. If you get a nice angle when potting this black, he doesn't want to be straight on the next red. He wants to leave a nice angle after potting this black on the next red. Just gone too far. Thought he might left the cue ball a little bit lower, so when potting this red he could bring some more
14.
reds into play. Can't do that now.
$15.
He's got a nice angle to play this with lots of top spin off the top cushion and into the pack. Not quite sure. He's going to have to generate a lot of power with this shot. Didn't get the power, but may have got second best. Have a look at this. What a result there.
22.
Nice smile from Ryan Day. That was very fortunate. Oh, well, he hasn't made the most of it.
22.
Just trying to hold the cue ball for the blue, but forgot about the pot.
Yeah, and he has shown us in the last few frames he's got a miss in him. Now, normally when these players are playing well, they never miss anything easy. Top players don't miss easy shots. And Ryan has played that beautifully, just the cannon off the second red, nicely on the black. Big chance this.
He's afraid of overscrewing it. And now he's going to have to negotiate the cue ball back up for pink or blue here. Oh, that little kiss on the red. Look where the red has come. It's blocked the path for the pink into the right centre.
Yeah,
yes, this could have worked out better. It's a pressure green, I think. Okay, he could play safe, but you just feel at this moment, I don't think the pink will cut to the right middle, so you would think the green's the ball to take on. Half ball pot. Bit of pressure on it, the way the reds are. And he's taking it on. Well, I don't want to get my hand closer to the cue ball than this. He's bridging long. Just got to get yourself comfortable. It's a big shot. And it's a good one. Yeah, he deserves a bit of luck. It's okay.
12.
Yeah, excellent pot. Could have done without kissing that red. He would have been closer to these two reds above the pink spot. Again, it's not straightforward here. He's got to use the second red to try and screw back for the pink.
13.
Overshot it for the pink on the blue. didn't need the kiss on the red. How's his look? Needs a bit. Oh,
18.
yeah, goes up. He's on the red into the corner.
Yeah, the run is beginning to turn. Only assume the fact that he played the red in such a way as he did that the black doesn't go to the right corner pocket at the moment. Could have done with a bit more of a bounce there.
24.
Big visit this now in the context of the match. I think Zhong Wei had a good chance. It's the easy red to the middle. Got to punish.
25.
But he's starting to cue very nicely now, is Ryan.
One good positional shot here, possibly for the red to the right of the black, or the two reds near the pink spot. He's got on these nicely. It was an excellent shot.
27.
As I say, I assume the black doesn't go to the right corner. And every time he's gone up for the pink or the blue, he's finished the wrong side of the blue, or that red to the right of the pink has covered him. Yeah, it's one of those. If you were right behind it, you'd fancy the black, but it's not all the pocket available.
28.
There's plenty of room for it to go into the left corner. And now he'll play for the red closest to the cushion, the one that's making it slightly tight for the black. Well, decided to play for the other one. I don't blame him. It was a natural to leave
35.
himself straight on this red. Another 30 points or 31 points from this position.
36.
Doesn't look that difficult. We'll take nothing for granted though.
Well, he's got an angle just to stun out or screw out just into the middle of the table, so give himself a choice of a couple of reds. Well, he's overscrewed that by quite some distance.
43.
The red doesn't pot past the pink into the left middle. Well, does it? It may do.
Yeah, I can only assume it does, but should have been a little bit easy. You don't expect him to miss this.
44.
But when that cue ball keeps going up and down the table, then you can lose absolutely pinpoint position. He knows the importance of this visit. I think it's a formality to get on one of these, particularly the one just to the right of the pink spot. Yeah, played it nicely.
48. $49.
34 points the lead. So we're just looking for
56.
red, colour red, and we'll be all square. What a
57.
turnaround. And he'll be getting a bit concerned. This red's
64.
43 points ahead, 35 remaining. No problem.
65. $71.
could see him getting another century here.
72.
It was a good comeback from Ryan Day. 79, 125. This and counting. 3 frames in a row. And Ding, of course, had first opportunity in this frame. Missed a very straightforward red into the left centre pocket.
Yeah, and was lucky to be on the red. And then to miss that was unforgivable. But fair play to Ryan.
83.
He didn't have complete control of the cue ball, but he's dug in.
Part of the great green, didn't he,
87.
when he was slightly hampered.
Yeah, and that was the big pressure pot in the break.
92.
So pink and black for back-to-back centuries.
98.
Wonderful. Well played. Ryan Day 3-0 down. He's come back with breaks of 79, 125 and 105. And maybe he's just got the edge. They're all square though, 3 apiece.
Leave a mental scar behind, although, you know, you think as a top-class professional, they've forgotten about that by now. But
Frame 7.
it's just, it's his
Ding Junhui to break.
sort of that poor record. I didn't realise till you'd shown up today. There's such a poor record in this venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit surprised that Ding Junhui didn't leave the arena there. I know he's got Terry Griffiths in his corner as a mind coach, and maybe Terry could just help him slightly, because he's certainly gone off the boil. Okay, I know that Ryan has played super snooker, but at the end of the day, he's been allowed that chance.
Yeah, totally agree. His concentration is gone at the moment, and that was quite evident with that straightforward red into the left centre in the last frame. It'll be interesting to see how Ding reacts now. He had it all too easy in those first few frames, but now it's being put back up to him. He's done it before in the past many times. And because of his record of late, you know, he won't be bursting with confidence, that's for sure. All the great players, they always find a way of getting the concentration back when it's being put back up to them, John, over the years, and Ding has done it many times.
Yeah, and as you say, it'd be interesting to see if and when he gets the opportunity, whether he can start scoring again. Because I think, like a lot of the modern day players, it's all built around their scoring ability when they get in. You don't fancy him winning too many scrappy frames. Having said that, excellent pot from Ryan.
1.
Not ideal on the colour. I mean, the only possible pot would be the brown. He flicked the red, but well, maybe if you hadn't flicked that red, he may have gone in off in the middle pocket. So can't be too harsh on yourself. So just playing the safety off the green.
Ryan Day 1.
Concentrating on getting a good cue ball. But he has left a possible pot on here, which is a little bit careless. He got a good line for the cue ball to Ding, so he has the advantage now in his safety exchange.
It's quite incredible. That cue ball is almost in in the identical place where Ding played it from. Can't get through the gap between green and brown to play a safety shot off the main bunch of red, so he's coming off this side cushion, trying to hit this red beside the black. He's got to be very precise here. Doesn't want to leave the red to the opposite corner, and he doesn't want to leave this red into the left corner. It's a tricky enough pot, but he has enough angle on this red just to drop it in and try and get up somewhere close to the blue. Good pot.
1.
Yeah, you could be picky and said he needed a bit more pace to get the right side of the blue, but the pot was difficult enough. Had to be certain to pot the ball. So wrong side of the blue. It won't be close to the next red. So another good shot needed, and control of the cue ball. Way too thin.
Danger Noi. 6.
And a little bit fortunate, in all honesty. Slightly worrying signs for me.
Thank you.
All looked such plain sailing when he led 3-0. He had a pot success of over 90%. Ryan Day was down at 50%. What a turnaround.
Just about fit through the gap between green and brown, but trying to get that cue ball back up. Oh, we said that all wrong. May have got away with it.
Yeah, much too thin. And he's left the red to the right corner. When you're in the ascendancy, the last thing you want to do is give your opponent easy chances, and well, this is just a mid-range pot. You'd expect Ding Junhui to get it. And control the cue ball nicely.
1.
Now, what can he make of this opportunity? Unless I'm mistaken, not a lot.
6.
He's misjudged that. He's on nothing. The scoring power has dried up.
Danger Noi. 6.
Obviously just tried to run past the red he made contact with, but it's all looking much more difficult now. Playing the thin cut here. It's worth taking on.
See many better rest shots than that. Excellent. He's on the brown here, but I think the blue may be the better option. Get the blue back up in the spot, particularly because the pink and black are tied up at the moment. Try and go around the angles here. The red just directly above the black at the bottom of the pack is probably his best option. Oh, too pacey. Could be nowhere. That is quite an unbelievable
6.
error of judgment. So much room to work for there. He's feeling it at the moment, Ding Junhui.
Ding Junhui 6.
A little bit thick with that one. And once again, has left a mid-range pot on. Not guaranteed to be on a colour. And at full stretch, see, so many times, don't we, players, you know, they just don't want to get the rest down, do they? And they're at full stretch, and they're sort of running out of cue, really.
You have less control of that amount of cue from the bridge of your hand, of course. That's this red pot. Must do.
Needs a bit of luck here. And he's had some. The run of the balls has definitely turned. Yeah, that's a good safety. But is there a gap between the green and brown? No, he's having to swerve. Don't want to catch this red too full. And that's what he's done. I suppose he'd be quite happy with that. Not left anything too easy. This looks a good shot. Excellent. Good line, good length. I'm going to ask a question now of Ding Junhui to get this safe. Certainly can't see a return back to balk.
I'm just wondering, is he on this red just below the pink into this bottom right-hand corner pocket. You could take it on and try and leave the cue ball somewhere near the black. No, didn't fancy it.
Yeah, I don't think he could hit enough to pot of it, so just having to play the containing safety. Okay, he may have left it safe, but he's put no pressure whatsoever on Ryan to play a better shot than that. To try and get him behind that green if you can. I'd say the yellow, but he's just not got the angle for that. If you could get tight in behind the green, it could really put your opponent in trouble, and he's played it very well. So calling the shots at the moment is Ryan Day.
Yeah, red, that's closest to this right-hand side cushion. If you can try and hit that full ball and almost leave the cue ball in the jaws of the pocket. Well, it looks like he's rolling up to it, hitting the cushion first. He's left the red to the left corner, but the proximity of the cue ball to the right-hand side cushion makes it extremely difficult.
And if he was straight, it'd just be a case of rolling it in for the black in the opposite corner, but it's not straight. This might be a bit too risky to take on. Particularly once again, he's got a nice clip off the red and try and get him behind the green. I don't think now's the time to push the boat out.
Couldn't get behind the green that time. He's lost his advantage, Ryan Day. Always going to stay over the pocket, needs the brown to come to his rescue. And it has. Well, has, but there's an easy swerve. Well, he's actually just on it. May just swerve the white slightly just to take the cue ball away from the pocket. You see him. A little bit of right hand side.
One.
Could have hit that a little bit harder, I felt. Try and get that cue ball down into the middle of the table.
Well, this yellow does cut, but it's missable. The problem is with playing the yellow, it's a just slightly less than quarter ball pot, so the cue ball will be running loose. No guarantee to be on the next red. But he took it on. Now is he going to be on the red? He'll settle for that. And that just shows you, okay. Sideways glance, but he was always trusting to look for position. I think the problem is this red he's just flicked by. He's straight on it. So it's not going to be easy to get on the next colour. But I think the way he played that yellow just shows you how his confidence is building as this match goes on.
Maybe just a gap between the reds if you can screw directly straight back. Get into the cue ball at all.
Four.
But yeah, totally agree with you, John. Warren's confidence is certainly growing. There you see it, all square in the point scored. It's amazing.
Ryan Day 4.
Yeah, particularly, it wasn't that long ago. What was it, 290 points?
To 5, wasn't it?
To 5 or something, yeah. Amazing. Oh, terrific pot. May not be on a colour here.
1.
But no prizes for guessing what happens next.
Well, he's
Danger no 1.
pulled one out of the fire there. That was a great pot. Excellent.
Well, this line of reds that are near the top cushion, you'd think if you could just nestle on one of them, you wouldn't be leaving anything easy. Yeah, that's where he's looking to. There's the red just above the black, which may be cussable, but you'd be unlucky. You'd have to get a double kiss to lose that. So just the pace right. This looks okay. Couldn't have played it any better. Good shot. Well, I say that. Ding Junhui immediately comes round and looks at a plant. It's as though he knew it was there. But he's not playing it. Oh, this is a good shot. That's a good shot. Very well played. He must be getting slightly frustrated, but controlled himself then.
Yeah, same path as the last shot. Has he got the legs? Has he got the
Foul
legs?
and a miss. Danger no 4.
I think we'll put the cue ball back because he's got a free shot here. No?
One.
Slap bang in the middle of nowhere.
Betwixt and between.
Yep. It's not a formality. It's got to play this yellow with a bit of pace, and using the rest, it makes it missable. Oh, but he's cued that lovely. And maybe a possibility here, he could play for the pink.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good option. Just try and stun or screw over it towards the pink here. Try and get the pink back on its spot.
It looks like he's going to go up for the blue. But these pots are now starting to find the middle of the pocket.
Just wondering, John, do you think he might take the option of going into the black and the red just to the left of it here?
Yeah, I think I'd play for the red that's near the pink spot first. And then the next time you get that good angle on the blue, then I'd be considering going into them.
9.
A little bit closer to the cushion than I'm sure he would have liked. A little bit thinner on the
10.
blue. But if ever he gets the perfect angle on the blue, you know he's going to cannon into those 4 reds to the left of the black, as Ken suggested.
I'd still take the blue here and try and, well, he looks like he's just dropping it in and trying to take the loose red. There's plenty of value trying to pot it and go into the reds there.
Now he's relying on getting a good angle off this red
15.
to try and bring those 4 awkward reds into play. Oh, dear me. Missed that by the proverbial
Randy.
mile.
15.
What happened there? Didn't even get in the jaws of the pocket. Only put that down to lack of concentration, and that's no excuse. Well, when he led 3-0, it looked all plain sailing, but if I was a Ding supporter, I'd be a bit concerned at the moment. Well, this is a
Foul
long
in the
way
miss.
short.
Ryan Dave.
Referee's called a miss, but that won't be taken. And with the angle he's got, Ken, surely he'll run into the reds here on the top cushion and trust to luck for being on the black.
Yeah, he could stun into the reds and still be on the black here. A bit close to that. Oh, he's in trouble here.
1.
He's in trouble here. 2 reds gone over the left corner pocket. Was hoping to be on the black. He's still on the black. He may be forced into taking this black on. It's so difficult.
Well, he's got to play a pot, so it might as well be the black. Just got to get down, play the shot, keep your head down.
Blue ball.
He's going to try and cut the blue in.
Cut the blue in, he thinks is an easier shot. Could be right. He's got to get it. overcut it. Overcut it.
Ryan Day 1.
I don't blame Ryan for playing the shot he did. The one previous, it's a little unlucky to come tight under the cushion like that.
One.
It was a shot that if it went right could have won you the frame.
Still a bit of work to do though here.
Just thinking the same myself, because he's not shown us any great form the last few frames, so interesting to see what Ding Junhui can make of this opportunity.
He's looking at potting this red and trying to leave an angle on the black to try and disturb this red. But the way they've been going in along this black top cushion, he gets a nice angle on it. He may not need to take it out. He's decided to, because it can always go wrong just like that.
16.
That actually might not be too bad. He can look where the red is finished. He's got a straightforward, simple snooker here behind the pink, red over the middle pocket.
Ding Junhui 16.
Yeah, as you say, he was fortunate to have that red in such close proximity to the pink. It's made it an easy snooker. Now the age-old saying, it's not hitting the red. Can Ryan get it safe? As I say, it wasn't hitting the red. Can he get it safe? And unfortunately, because he caught it thin, he's left the red to the corner.
That's the red that's going to determine the outcome of this frame. The one that's closest to the right side cushion. He's got a straightforward red here, Ding, but he's got to get nicely on his next colour. And then try and get close to that red. Bit straight on this black. Deep screw off the cushion where he is now, and back across for the red. No. Needed to go another at least 6 inches. This shot with the rest is going to be very tough indeed. Will he take it on? He could take it on, bring the cue ball back into balk. 22 points ahead. So he's going to need red and blue.
Longest frame of the tournament so far.
Ding Junhui 8.
Decided not to play the risky pot, although it looked as though it could have been a shot for nothing, but you never know. Looks an easy enough snooker to get out of this whenever there's a one cushion escape, but you just don't want to catch it too full and knock it over the far corner. Got to get this safe, otherwise he'll lose the frame. Oh, well, unforgivable to miss the red.
Ding Junhui 4.
And if it's a free ball, well, not mentioned. I can't believe he's missed this. Just didn't get enough side on it. And then when you consider he was trying to get right in behind it and hit it full ball, that was a bad misjudgment. And he was lucky not to leave a free ball.
I think the slower you hit these swerves, it gives you the cue ball a bit more time for the swerve to take. Because he hit it with a bit more pace, I think.
Not where you think.
I think it's more difficult where the referee has put it there. I think it's got to go towards the cushion a little bit more.
Me. Okay. Can you see one?
I'm having a word with the
Ding.
assistant
Yeah, thank
referee,
you.
the VAR man. And that's how he wanted to hit it first time, and he got it right second time, and he's got it safe, and that was the main object of the exercise. There he is, our VAR man, Olivier Martial.
Too hard with the cue ball. Possible chance for Ryan Day. Long way away. Didn't fully commit to that.
Yeah, you could sort of sense he was edging on the side of, if I miss it, don't leave it. You know, whereas, as you say, it was a chance. He's been showing good strength in the last few. Miscue. Now this could be a free ball.
Foul. And a miss.
And if it bounces,
It is.
Ryan Day will
Ryan
be
Day
on the
full.
black.
And a free ball. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. So what a turnaround this could be, and there you go. Just hit over the top. But we did say before,
ball.
didn't we, when he plays near the cushion, he doesn't sort of elevate the butt of the cue to strike down on the cue ball, which most players do. And what a chance.
One.
So he's got a nice angle on yellow or brown. Just got to just bounce slightly off the port cushion to be on the red. Now let's have a look. He's going to need the pink no matter what.
5.
Just a quick glance at the scoreboard. And with the pink not being on its spot, it just makes it a little bit less straightforward.
6.
And I think this has come to a stage here, Ken, where it's about holding yourself together.
Yeah.
10.
Massive frame. Thing will be worried that he may not get another shot.
12.
The big shot in this frame will be from blue to pink, no doubt.
15.
Anywhere but straight on the blue.
Yeah, the closer when he pots the blue he can get to the pink, the easier the pink will be. And that's what we're looking for after this brown. Blue
19.
and pink. And make the comeback well and truly complete. 3-0 down. Blue and pink for 4-3 in front.
$24.
Well, he must be confident with the rest, because that's how he's played it. This pink for 4-3. Well done. So for 2-0 down and looking to be going nowhere, Ryan Day has won the next 4 frames, and Ding Junhui worrying times for him. 4-3 to the man from Wales.
It could very well be that, but I mean, at the moment, you would be saying, not just because of the scoreline 4-3, it looks like Ryan Day's to lose because he's the one who's playing properly, but Ding's got to find something from somewhere.
Sometimes I think with Ding, like, you sit in his chair, the body language is not. Sometimes you need to fire yourself up, and I know he's working with Terry Griffiths. Sometimes you've got to give yourself a G up. If you go outside and do it, or in your chair, you just got to give yourself a come on somewhere, like a Peter Ebdon.
Yeah.
That doesn't to be something that Ding Junhui's got in his armoury.
And there is something, isn't there, about Ryan Day? Look at the way he walked out there. There's a bit of a swagger now, isn't there? Because he's thinking, goodness me, I'm still in this and I can go on and win this.
Ryan Day to break.
Yeah, well, he's perfectly capable, Jason. We've seen that, and if he keeps scoring like he is, he looks like the winner.
Yeah, OK. So we had one Welshman through yesterday in Mark Williams. Can Ryan Day make it through to the quarterfinals?
And an interesting thing that we were talking about at the start of the match that seemed irrelevant when we looked at their head-to-heads. Ding Junhui had won 8, Ryan Day had won 4. But the last 2 meetings, the more recent in 2015, it's been Ryan Day that's come out on top.
Yeah. Well, it's also down to the fact that Ryan Day is a different sort of animal than he was a couple of years ago. Grown in confidence, and there's another confident pot. We talked about his ranking tournament win at the beginning of the season and what sort of extra lift it would give him, particularly against the top players on the big stage here, UK and the World Championship, of course. And he's certainly grown in stature in this match. He looked very nervous at the beginning.
8.
And he's got a lot more confidence now. Can use the red here, pot the red, bring some more reds into play. Stay on the black. Played it nicely.
Yeah, perfectly. That's the type of shot that you see Ronnie O'Sullivan play a lot. Leave yourself low on the loose red and then potting that loose red, bring other reds into play. Couldn't have played it better. Just over hit that slightly, but may have the red to the right middle to fall back
16.
on.
I'll take the red into the left corner, stay on the black.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how much work he's got to do with the cue ball. Well, he's taking your choice, so may have to play for the black in the same pocket as the red. Now, anything
17.
but straight on this black.
Should have gone up
24.
for the blue.
He was disappointing though, wasn't he? He was trying to make the angle. He was just a little the wrong side of straight, if you like. But with that red that he had to the right middle, he'd no need to play it with that amount of pace. Anyway, it appears, unless there's something that we can't see, that he's not made the most of this opportunity. And it was a good opportunity.
Ryan Day 24.
What a shot he's pulled out of the bag there.
1.
Fantastic shot. Nicely on the black now. Can he use that as his inspiration to try and get back into this match, to try and get that spark back? He certainly lost it. Sometimes it just takes one potter, one break, just to get it back, just to get your
8.
hone your concentration and your confidence. Because at the moment he's lost it. That shot may just be the catalyst. We'll wait and see.
$14. 15. 17. 18.
He's got to be careful here. There are 2 reds in the middle of that bunch. If he hits them a bit too hard, there is a possibility of a plant. Played it very nicely. Perfect. Well played.
23.
Better shot than it looked. Nicely on this black. So John, that double, maybe just a little bit of inspiration that he needed.
Inspiration or frustration, I don't know which, but it went in.
32.
This black will take him 15 points in front. So he's going to need at least 4 of these reds to clinch the frame at this visit.
Thank you.
I mean, normally you'd say formality, but I wouldn't say so just yet.
$39. $40.
That's a mistake. Wrong side of the blue. Okay, he could play the pink. He's
Pink
probably got a better potting angle on the pink. Just got to avoid the bought colours. Played that well. Played it well, played it
46.
confidently, and got the perfect line.
$47.
That was a beautiful positional shot. Just have a look at the cue ball. Negotiated in between green and brown. Perfect for the red. $30 points to lead now.
54.
2 reds, 2 high value colours. And we'll be all square
55.
once again. Could have been a little straighter on this black.
Yeah, he's also disappointed, John. That little kiss on the red has knocked those 2 reds into an awkward position now.
Yeah, will we play the cannon on the pink? Well, he did, but he didn't quite get it. And okay, he's got this red on the right-hand
62.
side of the table, but he's going to be slightly hampered by the blue. This isn't straightforward anymore. 38 points to lead, 51 remaining.
Foul.
Oh, wow.
Then you know 62. Round A5.
Very disappointed, Ding Junhui. And just that simple little shot, the red into the corner pocket, nudged the other red into an awkward position when it already was in a potable position. And now, what can Ryan do? This is not straightforward. Oh, good shot. Great shot. Wow.
1.
How costly will that foul? Just hit the blue with his cue. Let me see.
Now, when the pink's spotted, no problem, he's on this
7.
red. We have a new favourite for this frame now. Decided to go up for
8.
the blue, but I couldn't have played it better. Absolutely inch perfect.
Thirteen.
20 points behind. So
14.
playing for the black means you now need up to and including the pink. Here we go. Can we see it rock? Yep. Just saw it rock. Careless to do that. And Ryan has played that absolutely inch perfect on the yellow.
21.
As I say, now needs up to and including the pink
23.
to have a 2-frame advantage and just 1 frame away from a place in the quarter-final.
$26.
Well, he must be bemused at what's happened. As I say, it looks all plain sailing. And when he got that double and finished in amongst the balls, you thought, well, he was going to win this frame and level the match.
35.
But he's not going to get the opportunity to do it now because this pink is all that Ryan Day needs. It's 5 in a row.
41.
From 3-0 down, he's won the next 5. And he's now, as he tries a trick shot, just 1 frame away from a place in the quarter-final. Ryan Day leads Ding Junhui by 5 frames to 3.
Against the wall here. Needs the remaining 3 frames to stay in this year's Staffabet Masters. I'm very disappointed losing that last frame. Ryan, on the other hand, has completely turned this match around. All the stats were very low down in those first few frames, looked very edgy, very nervous, but got that most important frame for himself just before the interval. And that was the springboard for this amazing comeback. But as we always say, the hardest one to win is the last one. Be aware of that.
Just catching the yellow has left Ding Junhui a chance of a pot, but he's turning it down in favour of the safety, thinking the yellow and brown is a nice target to try and snooker behind. Might have been the flick off the yellow has brought the green into play, but there is a red here that will cut. He can't get through to the one closest to the pocket, but he can get to the one to the left of it. Just not quite thin enough. So he's left this pot on for Ding Junhui, but where the colour comes from is anyone's guess.
One. Ding Junhui one.
May elect to take this red on into this bottom left-hand corner pocket. He's had a look at the pink, may pot into the right centre, but if he's not on the pink, he certainly have the green. It's worth having a go at this. Yeah, good pot. And he's on the pink.
One.
Wiped its feet, but still excellent cueing. Ooh.
Ryan Day one.
Looked nervy, that one, didn't it? As you said, getting at the start of this frame is always the hardest one. The frame you need to get across the line, but that looked very nervy to me. He's got to keep himself together. He's got a great opportunity to win this match. And he's going to get another chance. This is an amazing turnaround. Talk about football being a game of two halves.
I was going to say, it's a bit like night and day.
And Ding being night. Like it. Well, that was a bit more positive. Oh, has that red covered the middle for the green? That's unlucky.
One.
Yeah, well, he played the right shot. Nothing wrong with the choice. But the only way he can keep it going now, as we watch this shot, and every entitlement to go into them, thought he was bound to be on the green to the right middle. And then a red appeared from nowhere.
He's got to take the brown on.
Yep.
He put a tremendous green under pressure a couple of frames ago when he was bridging. He's not bridging this time. Well, there's the blue pot. May go by the red.
Doesn't look like it does from here, but maybe it just squeezes in. Oh, it did, it did. Now, can he get past the brown? I'm looking at his body language.
6.
He certainly can.
That was a great shot. Not a lot of pocket to work with there for the blue. Oh, where's he gone here?
Well, he got a reaction there from that, didn't he? Yeah,
7.
mate. Well, he's getting applause, but I don't think he'd be too happy to want to take this black on. But what else can he do? He didn't expect the cue ball to spring up the table like it did. He doesn't have to play the black, of course.
Well,
It was a safety shot.
Ryan
It
Day
was a
7.
safety shot. He left the cue ball in the jaws of the green pocket. I think that might have been the better choice, really. And I'm not being wise after the event.
I think he felt if he puts the black, the red was waiting for him. It was a chance to win frame and match from that visit. But now what can Ding Junhui do?
1.
Straight on this yellow. Short the pace for the red into the left corner. He missed the red with the rest earlier in this frame.
Yeah, not perfect here. Played that well, though. And played the cannon nicely to leave himself on the black.
6.
There's a few reds in the open, but they all seem to be covering one another. Needs a good positional shot here. He's having to walk round, giving himself a little bit of thought. As I say, I don't think it's that straightforward. It may look it, but I'm not certain it is.
And it's a wonderful touch to get on that red just like that. He's had a look at the 2 reds to the left of the black spot. Their possible plant into the bottom left-hand corner pocket. He's having another look.
13.
And also the 2 reds that are above the black. They look like almost like a plant as well, but the 2 reds to the left of the black are definitely
14.
a plant, so doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball here.
Well, I have to say, I think he could have played that better. I know there's a possibility of this plant, but if he's not gone far enough, can he get to the angle of the first one? Thinks he can. And he could.
22.
So it was okay. I just thought he may have come a fraction short.
Yes, and then maybe another plant at the bottom of the 5 reds, the 2 reds. He's had a look at it a couple of times. Can't play on that now because of the red left of the black is blocking the path, but maybe after his next red and black.
Yeah, and the fact he's played that in such a way as not disturb those 2
29.
reds that are immediately above the black, as you're pointing out, Ken. Well, you can see they are a plant to this corner.
30.
So basically what it means, the fact that it is a plant, he doesn't have to be playing any cannons. So he doesn't have to trust to luck
37.
with position. 30 points to lead. Still needing at least 4 of these reds.
Played it nicely.
38.
Yeah, he's got a couple of reds to go at here. The one nearest the black and then the one nearest the pink spot.
45.
Almost got to the winner post in the last frame, but of course
46.
failed. Only a few more pots away from winning this frame.
53. $54.
We've been blessed with a couple of great matches already in this year's championship. Mark Selby, Mark Williams. High quality encounter. Mark Allen against Luca Brissell last night was another high quality match.
61.
This is turning out in the same vein. Fantastic snooker.
62.
Exciting. Lots of nerves, lots of good breaks. Lots of misses. But really engrossing and enthralling snooker here. And so often the Masters at the
65.
Alexandra Palace seems to produce.
66.
We still have a match. This match is very much alive. As all great champions do, they sometimes
73.
find something when they're at a point of no return.
74.
And that's what Ding Junhui has managed to find in this frame so far. Still got to do it in the next couple as well. But still in with a shout. Good stuff.
80.
And the chance of the 4th century of the match. Ding Junhui has made 1. The 111 he
82.
made in the first frame. Ryan Day has made 2, 105 and 125. So the standard's been really good. Been a few scrappy
85.
games, but that's just added to the excitement. You don't want everything being potted. Need a few misses and a few oohs and ahs.
89. $94.
So there's pink for the 4th century of the match. Quality. High quality. Well, he misses a black, that doesn't matter. But Ding Junhui steps up to the plate there and produced the goods. And he's now within 1 of Ryan Day. Ryan Day, though, still 1 away from victory. 5-4.
5 in the International Championship. Are we thinking this is going all the way?
Well, you are.
It's not about me, John. I think you'll find. Well, not always.
Not the best break-off.
One.
Terrific opening red, and he's finished on the black. Shows the difference not having that cue ball near the ball cushion. Well, he's missed it. Where's the red ball going? Well, that is a result in a way, because I doubt whether he'd been on anything but for knocking that red towards the middle.
Nine.
Well, perfect on the blue for the smash, if that's what he feels like. Oh, well.
Ding Junhui 9.
It's not unlucky. He played to
Brian
cannon the
Day,
pink full in the face and got into the cue ball too much. That's what he was after, just catching the red half ball. The in-off was always on. A few twists and turns now, and they're all gaining in magnitude. Every bit of bad luck, bad run of the ball could cost you the match. So a chance for Ryan.
One.
Played it well. Play that with lots of bottom and just dragged it in to hold for the black. Played it nicely.
Just needs to nudge the two reds just above and to the right of the black here. Just nudge them into potable position. Oh, he's played that very well. He's been played with a lot of power. Watch the cue ball bounce through the reds.
8.
Well, that's certainly opened things up lovely now. Two reds above the black are open. When he puts this red, he may go back up for the blue or a ball colour here. Well, the pink is on as well. He won't get a better opportunity than this.
Just a moment here, please.
Yeah, we say it so many times, but it's just a case of holding yourself together now. But he's produced some good snooker in this match to get back into a winnable position. So he shouldn't be doubting himself at this crucial moment.
Just checking to see will the pink go into the left centre pocket. You really want to be straighter on this red, just so he could drop it in and get close to the black. Could play the red that's closest to the black, but then he's got to play a delicate little cannon on the black, and that could go wrong. So
He's certainly given it plenty of thought. The one thing you want to do in these situations, don't overthink it and lose your rhythm.
$16.
It looks as though he is on the black. He's down quick, so he must like the potted angle. Yes, he was absolutely inch perfect. I agree with you, Ken. Couldn't ask for a better chance than this.
23. $24.
Red just by the pink is available into the left middle.
31.
So still in good position.
$32.
nice screw back for the two reds on the right hand side of the table. The red at the bottom of the bunch of four below the pink also pots. But I think if he wears cue, it's just pointing there. Two reds he'll have into the left centre. Screw back in a straight line from here.
Just looking at Ding's Young Wei, sat in his seat.
39.
You just wonder, has his race been run? He'll be thinking he might not get back to the table. And
40.
played that nicely. So the frame and the match at his mercy. Well, it could have gone wrong, but the full ball kiss on the red
47.
has left him once again in good position.
48.
2 hours. Over 2 hours 50 minutes so far. It's been a high quality, entertaining first round match here. We've already seen 4 centuries.
54.
Could see another one. Ryan certainly won't be thinking of that, just glancing at the scores. He's 50 points ahead.
Yeah, 50 points ahead. That really equates to 2 reds, 2 pinks. Would do it. And a lesson for a lot
55.
of young, aspiring snooker players. I mean, at 3-0, it was just a one-horse race. Ryan was doing absolutely nothing, wasn't contributing to the match, was putting Ding Junhui under no pressure whatsoever. And now just a couple of pots away from victory against the world number 4.
It just shows you how quick a match can turn around.
61.
You never give up, always keep fighting.
Just hurry up, please. Please turn it off. Thank you.
He won't be putting Ryan off this. He's in
Please.
a comfort zone at the moment. He knows he only needs another red and a colour.
62.
Another disappointing performance from Ding Junhui, that's to be said.
This has been a tremendous performance from Ryan Day. One more red just to make sure. And it's there. Well
70.
played.
Yeah, lost the cue ball slightly, but as you said, Ken, just that red, that would leave Ding Junhui in his seat. I'd like to see this rolled in though, because I'd like to see another century, and every chance we will now.
77.
5 centuries in 10 frames, that'd be a very high standard. Well, he's certainly come alive. And we said when he won the frame before the mid-session interval, could that
85.
give him the impetus to go on? And it certainly has.
86. She came back in.
Just another red and a
93.
black for another century.
94.
And it goes. Well, this has been marvellous stuff. And what a performance from Ryan Day. You've got to take your hat off to him. 3-0 down, going nowhere, and he's finishing in style. Wonderful performance. And this will give
103.
him great encouragement. His fellow Welshman knocked out the world number 1 yesterday. And he's
106.
about to knock out the world number 4. First time he's played in the
110.
Masters since 2010. And never at the Alexander Palace. And the way it started off, as I say, it didn't look as though he was going to get much out of it.
115.
But he stuck to his guns. And in the second half of this match, he's been superb. 3 century breaks he's made against Ding Junhui's 2. And it's Ryan Day. 3-0 down he was to Ding, but he only got in there, and since the mid-session interval has outplayed Ding Junhui and is through to the quarter-final. He wins by 6 frames to 4.
Well, I'm not too sure. Newspaper and the press to talk about Ding Junhui and the curse that he has at Ali Pali.
Yeah, it's not only that, you know, keeping his standard up in the game of snooker is not easy, and you know, there's the argument that possibly he won't be the first Chinese world champion. You never know, but from Ryan's perspective, going 3-0 down, we're obviously ripping you to pieces in the studio, as you can probably imagine. And
I thought I was going to be back down the M4 quicker than you say boot to a ghost. You know? I was thinking all morning, get off to a good start, and then when I come out there, I thought, well, what if you don't get off to a good start? You have to keep so like calm and positive and patient, and it turned, didn't it? So
yeah, 3-0 down, and then that break of 79 got you right back in it, and then you got that break of 125. And we were saying, Ryan, just have a look at some of these shots here. We were saying here in the studio that as a player, when you've got that break of 125 and then you follow it with 105, you were buzzing then, aren't you?
Yeah, I started enjoying myself out there. You know, it was a completely different feeling to what I was experiencing at 3-0. It was like you just want to be swallowed up, you know. But yeah, like I said, I just kept patient. I pulled on a match that I played against Mark Williams in the UK. It was 4-1 down, and just hung in there, and the match turned.
And you won that 1 6-5, didn't you?
I beat Mark 6-5, yeah. So
a couple of moments after the interval were quite interesting. When Ding Junhui miscued and you won that frame, sort of, you know, an unforced error in that. But
well, yeah, it's the thing with this chalk. You know, I think. I had 2 miscues. I had one, I potted a red and I finished really close to a black. There was a thin cut, and I'm playing it with side. Extreme, so like right-hand side to flick the black in, and I miscued. And it made me look like a bit of an idiot. So one of those subtle ones, and probably no one picked up there was a miscue, and it slipped off the corner of the tip.
Half miscues with this chalk, it seems.
It's not one of those ones where you jump the ball or nothing, but it just slips off the tip.
And then perhaps I thought the pivotal moment when Ding Junhui when fouled with the rest. Yeah. But you must have realised the significance if you could have cleared up, and it was a great clearance that. And I think perhaps, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, the knowledge that you won a ranking event earlier in the season is perhaps that gives you that extra confidence.
Yeah, maybe I don't feel any different, obviously, but that's quite possible. Yeah, like you said, Ding. To begin with, I wasn't really paying much attention. And I didn't know if he fouled with the rest against the brown or the blue, and I think it was called a foul 5. So I thought if you can clear here and go 5-3 is going to be really big, you know. So, but the first red, I got out of the chair and it was so close. I hardly any backswing. I was like, I don't want to play it, but I got to. So and it went in.
Yeah. The other thing as well as Ryan is when you know that a player's improved and got that confidence, is when you get the chance to win frame the match. To go and do it like that is very nice.
Early on, to go 3-0, I thought he had sort of like a couple of nice little kisses here and there, and I didn't really get into the game at all. Potted a couple of long ones, didn't land on in the green maybe one time, and then, like I said, it changed, and then he made 100 after I landed on that awkward black the frame before, and it was one of those do you, don't you, and it's like put all of the match and into that shot with a 5-3 lead, and then he hit the pink, glanced off the pink, and where I was sat I could see the white was in, and the red was following it towards the pocket, and I thought, oh, here we go, you've got a great chance here, and then luckily I made 100 break.
Yeah, but it's to go and do it when you need to do it.
Against one of the best players in the world as well. And Ryan, the very fact that you haven't been in the Masters since 2010, I was saying to the lads as well, I know how hard you've worked to be here and how much you're looking forward to it. You told us in York when we were at the UK Championship as well. And was that on your mind when you're 3-0 down? You're thinking to yourself, look, I haven't been here for 8 years, I've just got to go out all guns blazing.
I've got friends and family come down to watch, you know, and then I was just trying to look forward to playing the game, and I know my game's in good shape, and 3-0 down, you're like, oh, this is a disaster, you know, and then I hadn't really had a chance in the balls, and like you said, the first few shots of the 79, was it, in the 4th frame?
Yeah.
Went slightly awkward, and then I made a good break, went to the interval, spoke to my mate and said, look, this is a long way to go, you know. So.
And it's nice to get some results all of a sudden. And I know it's probably not, you probably put a lot of hard work in, but it's a relatively new cue you're playing with. And it's always a journey into the unknown. Even, you try and get a cue that's made exactly the same as the last one, but it's not as easy as that.
Yeah, obviously the more I played with it, especially in a setup like that, under that kind of pressure, the more you're going to be feeling at home using it. So yeah, I'm getting better with it all the time.
Didn't you say the UK is it a little bit longer than what you've been using before?
It's longer. The butt is thicker. The tip is slightly thicker. So.
So you're getting made exactly the same as the other one.
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like. It's a piece of wood, so you can take it off, but you can't put it on. So I had it made thicker in all dimensions, really. And it came, and I was really struggling for a cue at the time, and I thought, yeah, you just got to stick with this now, And then the UK, I think I won 3 6.5s on the spin, and winning those deciding frames really sort of gives you a bit more belief with the cue as well. So yeah, fingers crossed, it's going all right. And
it's John Higgins or Anthony McGill in the next round, and that's not until Friday night. And I'm not going to remind you how you got on against Anthony McGill in the Scottish Open.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to go, to be honest.
We're not going to mention that. We're not going to mention
it. It was straight after the UK, and I was like, I don't want to get on the plane to Glasgow, but I made the journey, and I just thought, get me out of here, And
also, this has nothing to do at all with the fact that I was born in the capital city of Wales in Cardiff. But we get in a very privileged position, sitting here and watching some very good matches, some not so good. It has been an absolute privilege watching you today, and well done. And I said to the boys as well, when our backs against the wall. Well, you showed a bit of Welsh fighting spirit there today.
Yeah, well, Mark came back yesterday. It was a great match yesterday against Selby. So
yeah, and I'm semi-Welsh with a name like David.
John's itching to come in here.
John's from Liverpool.
I'll tell you what, I've been covered in leeks and daffodils all afternoon. Honestly, it's absolutely
wonderful stuff. Well done today. Really good. Fantastic stuff. Well done to